Hello everyone. Tonight we're talking about death, transition of the human soul. Possibly not the best thing to talk about. However, it's what we sometimes have to face in our life. And I know we have all faced that experience. So welcome, welcome. Psychic medium Karina Webb here, joining you again on Friday night. So welcome to the video. So yes, I have had I've had a few experiences where people, you know, there's quite a lot of misconceptions actually about when people pass. So I possibly think it's probably a good time to have a little talk with people about that, and also just to get some sort of clear direction about where everybody else thinks they are with it as well. So please jump on board and say hello. And I do have some people coming on board to say hi to me. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, what's happening? Oh, okay, here we are. Yes, I do have... I don't know why it's not turning up for me. Why is that? Sorry guys, I can't really see your comments. Why it's not coming through. But hello everyone. I'm trying to figure out why that is not working. Because that means then oh, here we are. They're coming through now. Thank you, wonderful. So hi Janelle, hello, thank you and welcome. So you know, yeah, it's certainly one of the biggest lessons in our life that we face is the transition, death experience of our loved ones, of our of our close people around us, friends, acquaintances, clients, and so forth, and even our pets as well. And so therefore, we really, once we come to that time in our life, we feel like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I have lost someone so dear to me, and you know, and how do you move forward from that? You know, so that's why I feel tonight is really good to, hi Jodalyn, how are you? It's nice that you've joined me tonight. So lovely. I'm just trying to see if I can get some more messages up here and say hello to some more. There's some more people here. Hi Margaret, hi Tracy, hi Sandra, hi Sharon, hi Sandra Williams, thank you and good morning to you. Hi Tanya, hi Marlene. Is it morning song, is it? Yeah. So welcome. Okay. Hi Kat. So, you know, there's a few jumping on board now. So I'm just going to start talking a little bit. First of all, a massive misconception about you know, when we pass, what happens to us. So, you know, especially for those who feel, you know, if someone has done something wrong here, so say, for example, someone's murdered somebody, you know, a family think that the person who has been murdered, or maybe who has had suicide, or some other sort of tragic event that's taken their life to the other side, family may think that they haven't coped when they've gone to the other side. And I think, you know, I think in the back of their mind they know they're in good hands, but I think once we go through that transition of the feelings and the emotions of what's taken place, is really in you know, our own mind, our own thought pattern about how we feel about that incident. So all souls, whether they have done good or not so good here, so whether you've been a murderer or whether you have you know, killed somebody in a car accident, or whether you've been the victim of that, you know, we all go to the spirit world, and we are all treated the same. So, you know, you might think, well, why is that so? And really, you know, the divine source does not see any one soul here any different to another. So we may see that souls here have done harm, whether it's to animals or to human beings, and so we think, oh, well, they need to be punished, and if they cannot be punished here, they need to be punished when they go back home. And really, that's not the case. You know, the divine source, they welcome every soul coming from one world to the other with love, and you know, there is no other thing other than love, because, you know, we have all made mistakes in this world. We have made some little mistakes, and we've made some massive mistakes, and you know, God's not going to just turn around and say, well, hey, you've made a really massive mistake here, so you're going to get punished pretty badly. It doesn't work like that. So every soul going over to the other world will be treated with love. However, in saying that, every soul that needs to learn quite dramatic lessons, you know, after the transition and after meeting with other loved ones and so forth, you know, the healing and the lessons will be learnt in due time. And there is no punishment over there. There's no whipping or, you know, bashing or anything like that. It is pure love and nothing more, nothing less than that, you know. So it's all of us that hold that emotion of what someone has done to either our loved ones or you know, people that have been around us. So that's one thing I really do want to clear up, because I know some souls think, well, you know, they're going to go back home, they're going to pay the price. Well, yes, they will pay the price, but in a more loving way, let's just say, because we're all here to learn lessons here. And if we haven't learned those lessons, we will go back home to learn those lessons, and then possibly come back for another lifetime to learn very similar lifetimes that we haven't learnt from in this lifetime. And so, you know, when we have come to terms with, see, this is the thing, a lot of people go, well, you know, these people need to be punished for what they've done to my loved one, or, you know, especially children, especially, and, you know, that's a lot of emotion coming in from yourselves, and there is no right or wrong. That's just something that we must work through in order for us to have that healing process for us, you know. And the transition of the soul that is closest to us, you know, it's all good for them. They go back, they meet their loved ones, they meet the people who are there that has been with them all of this lifetime, and they're there to embrace them and love them, as I said, whether you have done good or not so good. And it's just really the process then of us at this end, of us working through what has happened to our family or pets or whoever close to us through that death or transition of that soul, if you like. And And of course, you know, the soul spirit must leave that physical body in order for it to go back home. And, you know, sometimes when we have lost someone, it can be sheer heartache. And I mean sheer heartache. You know, there is people out there that have lost, you know, as I say, their loved ones so very dear. And, you know, there could be someone here tonight who may have lost someone in their family or in the process of losing someone, and there is no easy way about it. There truly isn't. And it's like you would go through a sense of the soul stopping, if you like. You've gone through, it's like you're in this cage or box of numbness, while the rest of the world is continuing on. And you can feel so much numbness that you think, why isn't the world caring about what has happened to me? And it's not that they don't care, it's just that life must continue on, and they're not going through that soul growth of that transition of a loved one such that you are going through, but they will go through them. You know, every single soul here will go through a transition of loss of someone or something, some soul, and you know, some people take it quite more easier than others, and some really truly don't cope. I'm in a field where I see many people who have lost their loved ones, and especially their spouses, and may have been with them for a long time, and then they feel like as though their life has just come to a dead stop, and they don't know how to move on, because what happens is you know, that soul just goes through a halt. It's a complete halt. It's like the universe is saying, this is the time for you not only to learn through some lessons here, but for you to find who you truly are. And I mean, I know myself, I have been through many deaths, you know, transitions of loved ones who have passed to the other side. I have had, you know, lots of family, and some have been easier than others, and you know, and we haven't sort of finished. We have this transition of more and more and more, because the more people we know, the more people we are going to be a lot more either emotional about, or we can say, well, they were lovely people and we can let them go. You know, we don't have so much what we see as attachment. You see, when we have our loved ones, some people go, well, hey, I've got loved ones, but I don't feel attached to them, you know, so, and that's okay. But I can guarantee you that there will be some souls that they will be attached to and will feel like they have totally shut down in a way that they just don't know how to get on with their life. And I know this from experience myself. I lost my parents, and that was probably, you know, losing my mother, I think, was probably, out of a lot of the passings, I think was probably the hardest for me. But boy, did it teach me a lot about myself. And I can only say that sometimes when you have family that are there for you, sometimes they're not there for you. Do you understand? They're truly not there for you. And then some family are there for you, but you feel like they're not there for you, and they're not there for you because you're in the thick of this vibration that just sends you to a massive halt, and you don't know like any which way to get out of it. And what happens is the soul, you have to work with that soul to just accepting and surrendering and releasing whatever emotions you have, being able to talk about it if you are able to talk about it with anybody that you feel comfortable to talk about. Remember, it's not the soul that's suffering, that's going to the other world. It is only us that are suffering. They do not suffer. They have no suffering. No suffering. The only suffering they may have had was the suffering that they had before they went, and that could have been, you know, either, you know, slowly passing away from, you know, illness, or you know, possibly you know, some form of depression, or something where they've had you know, suicide, or something that's quite traumatic. And but once they transcend down there to the spirit world, bang, you know, that they're all those feelings and everything is gone, and all they feel and know is pure love. And it's like they're out of that state of being from where they were. But for us, you know, we are not. We're so attached, and you know, I know it sounds so sort of a bit careless to say, but the less we've got to learn to not have so much attachment. We attach to so many things, like we attach to so many physical things here. All of our items, you know, we're going to go to the other world without all of them, you know, our mobile phones and everything like that. And we also need to sort of, you know, detach a little bit from our family in a way, by saying, well, this can happen at any time. You know, we're human. We are going to be upset. We are going to have many emotions running through our mind. It's what we've just got to do is allow that soul to go through that growth. And we think we're never, ever, ever going to get out of it. We think that, oh my God, this is my life forever, and I'm never going to get out of it. But remember that, you know, the source never gives us something like that to learn through without a better outcome from it. So once we've been through that transition of, you know, of having someone pass on us, you know, we can't see ahead of time, but we can see later on the wonderful things that can come from it. So for myself, you know, when my mother died, I really truly, I mean, I had a lot of people pass on me, but when my mother died, it was huge, and I don't know why it was huge, but it was huge. And so I decided to write a kid's book. Well, I'm in the process of getting that published. So for me, that's pretty huge. Now, this was going back in 2010 that my mother passed. So you're looking at like 9 years down the track where I decided to, oh, it's time to get this published. You see what I'm saying? So there is the good things that come out of it. And a massive thing that I did was I journaled. I journaled and I journaled and I journaled. And why did I journal? I journaled because I was that upset and I had to get my feelings down. And that's where I had that that inkling to want to write something. And you know, I was writing like I was an automatic writer anyway with spirit. So I was writing stuff and writing stuff and writing stuff, and then I just felt like this was a good thing to do, and that's why. And I can certainly let you know as time goes on when I get that book, when I get the books coming to me. So yeah, it's a child's book and it's a spiritual book, and so this is why, you know, we we go through the transitions, but we never really know why we go through them until later on. And so, yes, it's not a pleasant thing to go through any passing of anyone, and even pets. You know, I can remember, I think when I was about 8 or 9, and I had a budgie, and you know, budgies do live a little bit longer than 3 years, and my budgie only lived for 3 years. It was devastating, absolutely devastating. Shut down completely, didn't want to know the world or anything, and I went back into that cave, you see, and it can be really hard, more so for children. And so, and I think, you know, even though children feel like as though, oh, it's not bothering them, I really do feel it does bother them in a way. They just don't show it like us adults do. We, you know, we cry and we just let out those emotions out in different ways. But children, unfortunately, they do hold the emotions in a lot more. Yes, they may have a little cry and that, but you know, majority of the time they do hold it within. So, you know, I'm just interested to see if anyone has lost their loved ones. I'm hoping I can get the messages up tonight, because there was a bit of a problem there with me getting messages up there. So have you been through the loss of a loved one very dear to you, and feel like you know, you struggle through that process? Or do you feel like you're going through that now and you don't know how to get out of it? You know, drop me a line, and I will see if I can hopefully read these messages. And if I don't, I can always go back after and touch base with you on that as well. All right. So, you know, it's a really, really touchy subject to talk about, you know, with our loved ones that pass. And even, you know, as I said, our pets, they're so dear to us too. And when we lose a pet, it's just like, and I just want to briefly say that, you know, sometimes as myself, as a psychic medium, it's not always that exciting, because I find out when a death is coming in. And for me, especially if it is close to the family, or if it's a friend or acquaintances or something like that, I will get notification of these transitions that are going to take place, and it's not always the nicest thing. And then I have to say to myself, well, hey, number one, do I say something, you know, or do I let nature take its course? Because, you know, it can be quite upsetting, okay, to tell someone ahead of time, hey, you know, I've got word from the spirit world that your loved one's going to pass, you know. And it's like, and, you know, there's the good and there's the not so good. The good is that they can prepare. You know, preparation is fantastic. But at the same time, you know, it's good to allow them to unfold that journey for themselves and to experience it, and to be there for them when that time comes, I believe, you know. So that's the only downfall that I have, and especially with family close to me, or, you know, people that are close to me, that I get this wording, or if you like, I suppose, the calling, that's not so pleasant there. So, but just to wrap that up a little bit, remember that whether we've done something right or whether we've done something wrong, you know, we're all treated as one. We're all soul spirits here going over to the other world when we pass over. You know, spirit loves each and every one of us, whether we've done something really bad or whether we haven't. You know, as I said, there's a lot of people in the jails that have done so many things that haven't done good things. And, you know, there's a lot of innocent people too. But nevertheless, you know, the divine source always treats everyone as one. and it's about our judgment about what we think. And you know, if we see something that happens to somebody, you know, we can't make that judgment and say, well, you know, something should happen to them because look what they've done. That's disgusting. You know, what we need to do is we need to step back and we need to say it's in the hands of the divine source. The divine source is looking after it, okay? Because the more judgment we have on something, because, you know, as I said, we've all made mistakes. I'm not saying that, you know, that some of these massive mistakes that people make are good, you know, are good mistakes. It's just that we are all here learning. We are all here learning. And if we are too focused on what other people are doing or have done wrong, then we're not focusing on our own journey and what mistakes we may be making. And the biggest mistake we make is the criticism that we make across to other people who have done something wrong. Bing, 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 light bulb moment, yeah? So, you know, each to their own. And it's all about, it's all really truly about acknowledging that. And for me, okay, not everyone's on the same page as me, and that is okay. But for me, you know, whoever's done something wrong in the world will have their duty to be paid. You know, they will go back home and learn what they need to learn. That's it, in a nutshell. If they get caught out here and they have to pay their time here, then so be it. But they'll still go back home and learn those vital lessons that need to be learnt. Okay, and then, you know, at the end of the day, it finds you in a better place, okay, with the place of love for every mankind, no matter how they've done their duties here. Okay, all right. Okay, so I'm saying hi and seeing if now I do just hope that I can see these messages, and as I said, if I'm unable to see the messages, I'll get back to you later after the show, okay, to touch base with you. All right, so hi Therese. Now, darling Therese, I'm not doing any loved ones messages, okay? So I'm just doing guidance messages or psychic messages or whoever I'm feeling guided to, okay? So, yes, so no loved ones messages here. If you want to jump onto my psychic medium, Karina Webb page, you'll see Joining Two Worlds. Hopefully one day I'll get to travel around to seeing some of you guys, and yes, that's where I do my mediumship there. All right, so that's connecting with loved ones on the other side. Okay, all right. Now, hi Cheryl. I don't know why, but it's just really interesting why these messages aren't coming forward. Yeah, so Cheryl, again, darling, you're saying your loved one has passed over, yeah, and you know, as I said, not doing any messages on loved ones tonight, but just know, are you in a great place? Just remember that in a situation like this, as I'm talking about the spirit world and I'm talking about loved ones, you may be experiencing something while you're sitting there watching me tonight. Okay, just remember that. Okay, you might feel them touching you. You might see like a bit of a, you know, a dark and light shade of a light coming across. There's so many ways and so many signs that your loved ones, okay, will be giving you. So remember, while you're on here with me, start just tuning in, okay, that your loved ones will be around you, around your chair, okay, and making connection with you on some level. And whatever that some level will be, it will be, Okay, and as I said, it could be touching you, it could be giving you, dropping you a thought in your mind, it could be anything whatsoever. All right, so I'm just going to start some connections now, who I feel drawn to. Okay, so Teresa Smith, I am feeling connected to you, Teresa Smith. Hello, hello. Okay, now I don't have the cards tonight, so I'm not working with the cards. You know, I'm just going to go with what is, and that's what it is. Okay, so so let me just see what's happening there with you, Teresa Smith. I feel with you, Teresa, that yes, it's like a project you have started, or a project you've been looking into, or a project that has been, let's just call it your little love nest, a little something, right, that has been of some significance for you, and then it seemed like you had stopped. Okay, so I'm seeing like a hand, a red stop hand there, and then it's like you've put the stop on and you've got to start up again. You've got to get going with this little love nest thing you've got going. All right, do you understand what we're meaning? And if you don't, that's fine. I need to bring that message forward to you, because something that you have had a bit of a passion about doing there, Teresa Smith, I need you to you know, you've had that little bit of a break or a stop, if you like, and now it's time for you to start getting back into this little love nest that's involved with you. But I also suggest that you go into Mother Earth as well, because I'm seeing lots of bushland around you. So I feel that this is the time where you can get a bit more clarity, okay, about where you're wanting to go with it. Do you understand? So I'm going to leave that there with you, Teresa. Okay. And I'm also letting you know, darling, I'm just getting word here that zinc, I'm not sure what foods you're going to be needing in the line of zinc, so I want to head you down the nutritional line, okay, giving you more zinc, love. So find foods with more zinc, and I'm just getting okay, I'm being shown nuts, and I'm being shown greens and things like that. So get some more zinc in your diet, love. All right, thank you for joining us tonight. Okay, all right, okay, let's see who else. And it's really a shame that I'm just not getting these messages as clear. Oh, thank you, Teresa, you're a sweetheart. Mwah. Love you, darling. Love you. But you know what I'm just trying to say? You know, sometimes we know, darling, but sometimes it's a bit of confirmation that we just need to do what needs to be done, all right? Because, and I'm not sure about if you're needing to get your hair done or something either, because I'm just being shown as there's a bit of a spruce up for yourself as well, all right? Okay, so keep going. See who I'm feeling drawn to. So thank you, everyone who's joining me tonight. I'm so very blessed that you're here and joining me tonight. Okay. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Carmel. I think I'm losing my voice a little bit, and it's sometimes a bit of spirit wanting to come through and they're not allowed to. Okay. Okay, hi Loz, hi Vicky, hi Sarah, hi Sandra. I've got two Sandras there. Hi Lorraine. Oh, there's so many people joining me. So I'm just going to Marcina, hello. A little bit tongue-tied here tonight. Okay. All right, so I'm just wanting to stop where I feel guided. I'm wanting to stop with Angela. Angela, come on, I need to see Angela. I can't quite see what you're saying there, Angela. Anything for me, please, is what I can just see there. Okay. So Angela, if I can come back to you there. Angela, hang on. I just want to see what you had said there. Oh, yes, hi. Anything? Okay, so Angela, I am going to be connecting with you, okay? All right. Okay, first of all, they bring me down a transformation card. So the transformation card is all renewal about your soul. So changes within your soul, okay, Angela, is good, even if you're feeling like crap, okay? It's to me, it's that renewal that you need within yourself. So if you're going through, if you're going through the master, if you're, yeah, it's like I suppose if you're going through a bit of mud, or if you're going through a bit of time where you feel like it's, life is not feeling like it's listening to you, the people around you, nothing's working in your favor. I want to say to you right now that this new renewal within your soul is going to be transforming you, okay, in a way that you are going to see yourself in a much different light. And they give me the word diet. Okay, but remember, diet isn't about dieting. Remember, diet is about, it's about eating well, all right? And I see about, with this, the message of diet, I also, health, good health and well-being, okay? And transformation. Okay, so I see this transformation within you, Angela, on the inside, which then it has no other choice than to do it on the external side of you, darling. So if you haven't started to see that sort of transformation taking place with you right now, we want to encourage you to just keep that little positive, that little positive mindset, because we just see a lot of transformation coming in for you there, Angela, and everything will just start flowing for you. Flow, 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 flow. And, spring is, spring is just here, isn't it? Well, here in Australia anyway. So it's just allowing yourself to just go with the flow, and that's all they're wanting you to do right now, Angela, because a whole new revamp of your soul. But that sometimes can be where we could be feeling a little bit down in the dumps. We could be feeling a bit of depression. We could just be feeling, feelings of inadequacy, just the feelings that we just don't know how to cope. I want to go back home. I don't know where I am, what's happening to me, blah, blah, blah. So we just want to say to you, Angela, whichever part you're in at the moment, okay, if you're in that moment where you're still coming out through your soul and trying to find yourself through that process, then just hang in there. They're showing me the rope, hang onto it, and you'll be fine, and you'll go through it. It'll be amazing. And if you're already in it, then wonderful, because that transition of your soul and everything that we just talked about, okay, will be just allowing you to flow. And just remember, not only when you transform that internal self, everything else will start to do so too. It's just amazing. Now, I'm not sure what if you've got an old dog there, Angela, or so this is, Angela Cummings is, I think it was, I just missed that. But anyway, I'm not sure if you've got the old dog or someone around you has the old dog, okay? I'm getting some arthritis with the dog, okay? And I'm getting the process of, you know, like I'm seeing the dog's quite old, okay? So it's just really, I think it's a female too, because I sense it's a female. And if it's not female, it's probably just, it's connecting with the female energy, just for some more healing. So they're saying here that this dog could do with a lot more healing, okay? Whether you just say to the divine source, please just heal this dog. And I'm just going to describe the dog, okay? And this could even be something that has, this could have been even an old dog that could have, I'm just being shown it, that's all. But this dog is, it's kind of like a Labrador, a black Labrador, but it's kind of a mixed breed in that, if that makes some sense there. So I'm going to leave it there for you, Angela. So all the best with that, and thank you for joining us tonight, okay? Thank you so much. Okie dokie. Let's see how I can go. Hi, Alice. I just got that song, Living Next Door to Alice. That's an old song, isn't it? Okay, you'd love a reading, yeah. And I actually feel connected to you too, Alice. Okay. Alice, you're quite young at heart, and I'm not sure if you're a young person or an old person, but I do feel you're young at heart. You've got a lot of ambition to make it big in this world. And what I want to say to you, Alice, there is that if you want to make it big, you've got to get out there. You've got to start getting out of some form of a comfort zone, the shadows, if you like, and be seen more. You have a beautiful energy that is radiating out so magical to the rest of the world and to the people who meet you. And so I'm here to say to you, it's time to take yourself to that next level of, you know, bridging that gap between, you know, yourself and the fear, and just saying, I'm just going to push through the fear and go with it, okay? Because life is very short, and as I said, whether you're young or old, I know you're young at heart, you've got a beautiful heart, you're so very passionate, you're amazing soul, and the spiritual path that you've been on, okay, is also been quite amazing as well, all right? And I just want to say that you are quite gifted to open up your psychic abilities to a much bigger area of your life, okay? And if you're not sure how to do that, then it's all about research, and it's all about getting yourself to the people who know. Okay, it's like anything. You want to know about business, you want to know about anything, you've got to do some bit more research, okay? But I just want to say to you, it's time to get out of the shadows there, Alice, okay, love, because you are amazing and people need to see who you truly are. All right, darling? Okay? Mwah. Beautiful. You know, you do have a really beautiful energy, and I sit here with a lot of love to you, because you have a beautiful nature, and I maybe think some people may even take it for granted, okay, that you've been on this planet, okay, to do quite extraordinary things, okay? But you've certainly got to start, okay? You've got to certainly say to yourself, I just got to do whatever it takes, and find the niche that you are here for, darling. and you're on your way. All right? Okay, thank you for joining us, Alice. Oh, my nose is going. Sometimes spirit does that to me. Okay. Oh, you're most welcome, Alice. You're most welcome. Okay, Teresa, I do want to connect with you, darling. Would love reading of my next steps to try and make positive life around my granddaughter. She's 3 this November. Now that's kind of 2 questions. So you're sort of saying I want something around my own life, and then you're wanting something about your granddaughter as well. All right. Okay. Now, I don't know why I'm being shown paperwork, but I've been shown paperwork. All right. The paperwork is business-like, or let's just say it's the signing of documentation. It's the signing of making it clear to the rest of the world what it is that you want to have happen in your world. All right. It seems to me, if I can just get my hands and go like that, I'm seeing like you've been looking into the future, trying to see a great outcome come from what has been taken place from a long time ago. Do you understand what I'm talking about there, Therese? This is Teresa. Because, and this is interesting, I've got 2 Theresas in there tonight. But anyway, so, you know, this documentation that needs to be signed, it's about wrapping up some, it's about wrapping up let's call it a what's that word you had in there for me? A transition. So a transition of something that has to go from one place to another. So something in your past, okay, if this is making sense to you, I'm hoping it is, something that hasn't been working in your favor, okay, is now coming to the forefront. And we want to say to you to let whatever's taking place right now, let it go. You are hanging on ever so tightly, Therese. Oh my goodness, it's tight. It's like the universe cannot even get in there to see what they need to see, because it seems like you want to either mother it or nurture it or control it or something to such a big degree that they can't even get in there to work with it. So this is something that's happening in your life, and this is about some paperwork that needs to be signed. So they're saying to you, can you, darling, step back, allow us to work with this thing that is been troubling you for quite some time now. And I actually not have the feeling, but they're giving me the feeling that you can actually get a little bit sick from this. And when we mean sick, a bit of nausea, where you feel like as though, oh, you know, what's going to happen in this future for me? And this whole outcome, and we're not addressing the outcome because it's really none of anyone's business, okay, other than yours. But I hope you understand what we're talking to you about here, Therese. And this is the, you know, it seems like as though we want to say to you, if you can step back, let us get in, sort this matter out, allow yourself to just do what is necessarily on your side of the coin, right? Everything else will come into play quite nicely. Remember, you've got the flow, or, you know, you've got the push upstream. Oh my gosh, it's so heavy. And that's what they don't want you to be doing, okay? Oh goodness. They want the flow to happen. So what they're really wanting you to do right now, Therese, they want you just to let it all go. Let whatever's happening in your life right now go, 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 go. Okay? Hand it over, surrender it. Okay? And everything will go accordingly to plan. Okay? But we just see a sense here that you are holding on so tightly with something that has been in the past and is continuing on to your future. Is making you very nauseous, very sick within your digestive system, and we want you to let it go, because remember, manifestation of this is going to create something more bigger to you, darling, that you truly do not want to have. All right? And we can call it in the factor of ill health. Okay, this is not what you want to have happen for you. Okay, now I want to talk about the little girl. Okay, everything is going to go the way it's meant to be. I also want to emphasize here that this little girl, this lovely little girl that is your granddaughter, okay, has an amazing spiritual gift, and I know that because she sees things, she talks to spirit, okay, and we want to open her up even more. So when that is going to unfold, allow it to be, okay, allow it to be. I just do see a bit of pulling and pushing and pulling, pushing and pulling, pushing and pulling. I'm not sure if it's around you, around her. I'm not sure, but I just don't feel very comfortable. I don't feel very happy about it, but I know it's just all about letting spirit in. Remember, spirit is light, okay? If you hang on, you know, hang on to something so dash tight with your life, what then happens is there's no light getting into it. Open, surrender, and then spirit can come in. It's that simple. I'm going to leave it there for you, Therese, okay? Thank you for joining us tonight, as always, and thank you very much for your love and connection with me. All right. Hi, Donna. How are you? I'm just seeing who I'm feeling connected to. Oh, I think I said, I just want to, if Alice that I was talking to before, it wasn't Alice, it was Elise, and my apologies to you there, Elise, I really am. Hi, Helen. Okay, I've just got to keep going and see who I'm feeling drawn. Hi, Betsy. Okay, so Betsy, I'm stopping with you, darling. I'm reading your message as we speak. I thought I found my soulmate. Turned out not so. Will I ever find? Well, I imagine you're saying, I wish it. Will I ever find? What is that not? Well, will you ever find yourself a soulmate? Okay, so what's happened here there, Betsy, is you've come into a place where you have met, okay, someone that you thought was going to be in your life for the whole duration of time of your life here. And that's what your plan is. However, it hasn't come to par to be that way. So what we want to do is to say from this end is do not be disappointed that the person that you thought, okay, was your soulmate, okay, was not your soulmate. A person who stays with you, okay, is the soulmate, okay, the person that you don't have to try hard with, the person who loves you unconditionally, who will be there for you continuously. It is a matter of saying to yourself, I know there is somebody out there, okay, and what's happened is that from having not only this soul, but I know that you have had some other souls that have been part of connection with you, have what we would see probably diminished your sights for wanting a connection here, or finding that connection that you feel is that pure soul connection. And you know what I want to say to you from this end is that your soulmate is here. Your soulmate is here, right here on this earth plane. And you might say, well, where is he then? Well, he's not here for you right now because you haven't what we would call stepped up to the vibration to meet him. So just imagine, right? Your soulmate is here, okay? The one that you need to be with, okay? And the soulmate that you thought you were with is down, oh, let's just say here, okay? And you may be just about here, okay? So you have had a bit of a dive down because of this last soul that showed that he was not the right man for you. However, in saying that, you've got to reach yourself up to being on the same vibration as the soul that you want to be with. And when you are with this soul, okay, on that same vibrational level, there is no hard work. Do you understand? There is no hard work. Everything just comes into the flow. It's in the synchronicity, and you don't even have to try. You can say, oh, yes, I'll go out tonight, and oh, maybe I will, and la, 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 la. And you will have this person begging at your feet to be with you. Do you understand that? But what's happened at the moment is that you've had some little bit of, let's call it knocks in life, yeah? But those knocks are here just to teach you about what you do want, okay? What you do want, darling. You can write on a piece of paper, okay? This is for you, Betsy, just so that you're listening, okay? I want you to know, by writing these things down and also saying it to the universe, you have already somewhat manifested what you want. So you're going to say to yourself on a piece of paper, you can put it in a journal book if you like, what are the standards that you want in a man? What are they? I don't know what your standards are. Is your standard someone down at the pub? Yeah? Or is he someone up high who is a businessman? Is he someone who smokes? Or is he someone a non-smoker? Is he someone who has love and compassion for you? Or is he someone who's a dirtbag and doesn't want to treat you right? You see my point? So you are going to have a standard, okay, darling? You are going to have this standard because this is the standard in which you are looking for, that is going to give you the love and the nurturing and the soul connection that you want, you see. So when you have that standard and you write down 10 things, okay, that you want of a standard in a person, well, what then happens? You then say to the universe, well, this is what I would like as a soul connection, okay? And then the spirit world then, okay, starts to bring the connection of as I said to you before, that man and you, okay, a little bit closer. So you might be there then. Yeah, so you've brought that into a bit more of alignment, okay, to him. Yeah, and so then what happens is, so you've done your standard. This is the standard that I want. You've told the universe that you want that standard, so then you have to be that standard. So if you want someone who treats you with love and kindness, well, you be love and have love and kindness, and I know you would, but that's the standard that you need to uphold. So if you want someone who is a businessman, okay, well then you need to show yourself as a bit more of a higher class lady, okay, if you want to raise yourself up to some form of level. If you just want a mediocre guy and I'm okay with whatever I get, well, Spirit will bring you anyone, okay? Spirit will bring you anyone, because that's what it is, you know. They will bring you whatever vibration is that you're on, okay, or that you want. So number one, about having a standard, okay, for yourself. Number two, writing down what sort of the standard you want in a man, okay, and asking the universe for it. And then you've got to simply say, I've got to step back. I've got to step back. I've done all what I need to do. That man is there. Everything that we want here on earth is in a reality here for us. Okay, so we just have to say, I've got to meet that standard. I've got to get to that place that I want to be at. So where we are at the moment is I've had this man that I thought he was so great, but he's not my soulmate. You've got to let that go. Cut the ties, okay? Cut the connection with him. Let him go, heal him, la, 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 love, see you later, okay? And then move on. Move on and find yourself in the place that you know that next soul that you're looking for will be at, all right? So remember, we have to match. We have to match that vibration. And, you know, you can start to listen to some, by reprogramming the mind about letting yourself, that you're a good person and you're deserving of someone with a higher standard, because you are of high standard. Yeah. Those people in the past were not of higher standard for you. Okay. And the universe is here to let you know that. So this is a blessing in disguise for you, darling. Okay, don't see it as a negative thing. See it as a positive thing, okay? And thank you very much for joining us tonight. Now, I've just noticed that I do have to go. And so thank you, everyone who has joined me tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate all your lovely messages, connections, love hearts, shares, all of that. It's just that beautiful connection. And I will see you next Friday night. If you're watching the replay, just put replay, hashtag replay. I'm not sure, but I just think something went fly. See, I just want to explain before I go, this is my meditation room, and this is also where I sit for trance and doing further study here. So something come flying past me just then, and I swear I've seen something, but anyway, so yeah, so anyway, so goodbye to everybody. Thank you so much. Love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.